Greetings and welcome to 96Indie, where the goal is to provide DIY tips for music makers and content creators. I go by the name of Joe Rodriguez, and we're here today to briefly talk about and demo the Zoom EXH-6. The Zoom EXH-6 is an optional accessory that you can get for a number of Zoom field recorders, including the H5, the H6, the F1, and the F8N, according to the Zoom website. I can say that it also works for the Zoom F4 if you have one of those. So what this accessory does is provide you two extra inputs on whatever device you're using it with. So you can have two extra inputs for your Zoom F1, which is actually what we're demoing the product with today. You can get it with either a lavalier microphone or a shotgun microphone. As it stands, those are the two main packages it comes with, naturally. But with the EXH-6, you can pretty much turn the one input recorder into a two input recorder, and you can connect whatever types of microphones via XLR to that particular device and record like we're doing right now. I currently have my Shure SM58 connected to channel 1, and that's what I'm speaking on right now. And then I also have my Shure SM57 connected to channel 2, and I'll switch over to the SM57 right now just to give you a taste of how that sounds. Okay, so as advertised, we are on channel 2 of the EXH-6 and we are using my SM57, so different microphone, different input on the accessory. So continuing on with the EXH-6, you get your two XLR inputs and you get two 1/4 inch inputs as well. So they are combo jacks, and that allows you to connect either via XLR or 1/4 inch cable. And on the front face of the accessory, you get your two gain knobs that go from 0 to 10, and it's not stepped. This is a fine adjustment, so you can kind of scroll all the way through and dial it in, and it's not step by step when you're setting your gain. And then you also have two 20 dB pads, one for each channel naturally. So that is if your input is too high and you want to engage the pad, then that gives you a little bit more headroom to work with so that you're not clipping and distorting all over the place. And all in all, this is definitely a very handy accessory. Like I said, you can do two XLR microphones, or you can do even like a mixer feed if you wanted to do a mixer feed. Say you're at an event, you're performing, you want to record your performance, you can ask for a mixer feed directly into your recorder, and then you have high quality audio as opposed to, camera audio or something of that nature. Another thing you can do is instruments. You can connect that to the EXH-6 as well. One thing that I have heard as a drawback, or people saying that it's a drawback, is that you cannot use phantom power with these two inputs. And this is true, and it is a drawback in a sense, but I mean, with two dynamic microphones for these two channels, you should be able to get by. Let's say if you're using a Zoom F4, for example, and you have other inputs that do supply phantom power, then you can use, condenser microphones for those inputs if you would like. So, just having two extra inputs that are fairly capable that you could connect a dynamic mic to, or an instrument or a mixer to, is definitely handy, and it definitely can't hurt. So one thing I do want to demo before we get out of here is, a mixer feed from a little performance that I did, a little while back, that I used the Zoom F1 as well as the EXH-6 to get a mixer feed at the event while I was performing, and I'll play that audio.
When I'm alone in my zone, don't you try to come visit. You wouldn't survive in it. Me, I simply thrive in it. I came up, still I'm cooking up a come up. My income is up and to the right, that's funds up. These fake bosses need to go and hang the stunts up. The real is back, fall, winter, spring, and summer. I'm zoning, I'm zoning, I'm zoning.
And there we have it. So we demoed a little bit, of the F1 utilizing the Zoom EXH-6, so you can hear how it sounds with that particular accessory connected, and also kind of demoed what it sounds like getting a mixer feed, to the EXH-6 plus the F1 as a combo. So I hope that, helps give you some insight. I spoke a little bit about the EXH-6 on my previous episode, but now we have actual audio to back that up. So that about covers it for today, and as always, this is not the only way to do things. This is the way I do things, and I hope it helps you to improve your workflow. Thank you for tuning in, and I will catch you guys next time. Later.